Ever wonder if you could get a permanent tan? Well, it all starts with the DNA. DNA stands for deoxyribonucleic acid. They are found in each cell of your body. They contain instructions to tell the body how to function. Within each string of DNA, it has sets of instructions called genes, but not these type of genes, this gene. A gene tells a cell how to make a specific protein. Proteins are used by the cell to perform certain functions. When these proteins are assembled together, they construct different traits that many people have, such as curly hair or green eyes. The DNA is made up of nucleotides. There are 4 different types of nucleotides: adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine. Adenine bonds with thymine, and cytosine bonds with guanine. This holds the code ATCG. As the cell reads the instructions in the DNA, the different letters represent instructions. Every 3 letters makes up a word called a codon. A string of codon may look like this. These codons are thousands of letters long. This allows for billions and billions
2,000 years later
and billions and billions and billions and billions and billions of different combinations to perform a specific function. However, if we were to switch one of these codons, we wouldn't look the way we do now. The Human Genome Project is done specifically for the research of the DNA. This project is a research done by scientists all over the world. Their goal is to determine the sequence of a chemical base pairs, which make up human DNA. This project helps people to understand how our body functions and grows. It's important for people to understand this because it uses information from the DNA to develop new ways to treat, cure, or prevent the thousands of diseases that causes suffering to humankind. A tan is caused by the amount of melanin your body produces because of the sun, but there are 2 different types. In this case, if we're talking about tanning your skin, then it would be called melanosomes. It is responsible for determining skin and hair color, depending on how much a population has been exposed to the sun for a certain amount of time. Melanin is produced in a specialized group of cells known as melanocytes. These melanocytes contain proteins that carry out the steps for making pigment in your body. When your skin cells are exposed to UV radiation for a long time, the DNA within those skin cells get a signal that the UV rays are damaging the cells. When they get this signal to the DNA, it tells the body to produce melanin so that it can protect the skin from damaging. This results when to achieve a tan. So, can you ever get a permanent tan? No, it is not possible because tans are only temporary and you eventually go back to your natural skin tone. Tans fade because our cells reproduce all the time, so the skin cells that have been exposed to UV rays for a long time eventually die off, and then the new layer of skin cells push those dead cells away, resulting in the fading of a tan. Places where it is summer all year long, like Australia, is also impossible for them too. This is because everyone has cells that can produce a certain amount of melanin. So, if someone were to expose themselves to UV rays daily and has reached a maximum pigmentation, then the skin starts to show damages instead of staying tan. Skin damages like wrinkles and discolored patches on their skin. Exposure to UV radiation for a long time can cause melanoma. UVB, being a short wavelength, cannot penetrate deeply in the skin, which causes damages to the DNA within skin cells. This damage causes the chemical bonds that hold DNA together to break. One base from the DNA is snipped out of the strand and a new base is replaced. The replacement, however, is inserted randomly and there is only 1 in 4 chance that it is the same as the base that was removed. This causes DNA mutations, and every mutation increases your risk for developing skin cancer. In conclusion, it is impossible to get a permanent tan, but possible to get permanent skin damage.